right, everybody, thank you for joining me here today. Let me just hand out the patient's case here. Okay, everyone, so our first case today, it's a pretty sad one. Mr. Kelly is a 37-year-old man with metastatic prostate cancer. He's no longer receiving chemo, and he was just recently admitted to the oncology unit, and as a result of the chemo, he's now suffering from anemia with painful mets on his spine and his left hip. He's now on opioid therapy, but since starting it, he has been suffering from constipation.
Communication is a big issue that needs to be addressed here. The family is complaining that we aren't communicating with the patient enough and instead are just talking directly to them. I think this is something that we all need to take responsibility for. Just because he hasn't been speaking too much doesn't mean he doesn't understand what's going on. He's going through a lot right now. He's a young, presumably educated man. Even though he has that strong accent, I think it's so important that we talk to him.
Just take your time, speak slowly, make sure you're both understood. We can try to involve the family in communicating with him, but it's important we make sure we talk to him directly because we don't want him to feel like he's being ignored. If all else fails, we could try to have him write down his concerns to us so we know what they are. The point is, we definitely don't want to make him feel embarrassed. Yeah, he's such a young guy, we want to make sure we preserve his dignity.
Yeah, and I'm also concerned that the constipation isn't being addressed. The family's told me that it's been communicated to us, but no one's really done anything about it. First of all, it's really important to explain to the patient that the constipation could be a result of the opioid therapy. However, we need to be sure that we don't undermine the discomfort that it's causing him. This shouldn't be something that he has to endure. There are other measures that we can explore to make him more comfortable. I mean, he's already going through so much, right?
Yeah, I'll definitely try and get him a surgical consult too, and we might want to get some new scans. We think it's opioid use, but if it's a more severe obstruction, we definitely want to be on top of it so it doesn't cause any further problems down the road.
Yeah.
That way we're giving the patient the care he deserves. He's just got so much potential still.
Yeah. No matter the outcome of all this treatment, I mean, it would be good if we could get him moving again, back to his home and restore some normality. I'm sure the last thing a 37-year-old would want would be to live out the remainder of his days in a hospital bed. I can do some research about the accommodations that could be made in his home to make him more comfortable and independent as he goes through whatever course of treatment we prescribe.
As a medical ethicist, I think it's a great idea that you've decided to include me on your team to make sure that Mr. Kelly gets the best care possible. It's so easy to make assumptions or to do what is easiest, but that doesn't mean it's always what's right. Despite Mr. Kelly's strong accent, communication is definitely one of the most important things to consider. Speaking to him and making sure he understands everything will help respect his autonomy, which we've all recognized is so important in this case. Never make assumptions for your patient. If you're unsure what to do, ask them. Include them in the decision-making process. The family is important too, but remember that the patient comes first and care should always be centered around them.